Welcome to Moose Plays, everyone. I'm the Liquor Moose, and today we will be going over my semifinals match for the Season 8 of the GPC. And for this match, we are going up against Ace Trainer Josh, coach of the Texas Turtwigs. Please go check him out. His link will be in the description down below, as well as a link to all of the coaches in the GPC as it finally is winding down. But yeah, you can check out all their channels for tons of great Draft League content, not just from GPC this season, but from all other seasons that they've ever done, whatever else they've been in. So yeah, going into the history of this match, obviously it's semifinals and the winner of this goes to finals, so we really want to win. But past that, I'm looking for revenge on Josh because he absolutely manhandled me in our season match, and I want to prove to him that I'm not a pushover, even though I did kind of make a good run at the end of the season to make playoffs in general. But yeah, I just really want to win, A, for finals, and B, for revenge, and to prove that I deserve to be here. So I feel like I've done that already, but it's more so just taking out my personal demons at this point. So yeah, that's all for that. So now looking at the team matchup, if you want to know more about my team, specifically like what I brought and why I brought it and all that kind of crap, I did upload a team builder. There will be a link in the description below for that. But for just a quick overview, we have a Choice Scarf Landorus Incarnate, we have an Expert Belt Weavile, we have a Life Orb Agility Blaziken, we have an Offensive Defogging Whimsicott, we have a kind of spicy Skill Swap plus 3 attacks Uxie, and then we have a physically defensive Registeel. Looking at what Josh brought to the table, he brought the Shuckle, the Alolan Ninetales, the Latias, the Piloswine, the Heatran, and the Mega Mawile. Not too many surprises here, and also not too many changes from our season match. This time he decided not to bring the Manectric and bring the Shuckle instead for the utility of the entry hazards, and instead just opted for the one stop to my Mega Manectric and the Piloswine, since that's already a decent enough bring, since, as you know from this entire season, ground ice coverage is really good against my team. So yeah, anyways, looking at lead matchups, he brought the Shuckle. He's obviously going to lead the Shuckle, but unfortunately I didn't really think he would bring Shuckle, to be completely honest. Also, I don't really know whether he'd be physically or specially defensive, so like if he was physically defensive, or sorry, if he's specially defensive, I could just lead Blaziken and possibly 2-hit KO him with high jump kick. But if he's physically defensive, then that's not, it's down to a 3-hit KO, and then I have to risk missing high jump kick, and that's really bad. Plus, I just want to get it on a timer, so I'm actually going to lead with my Registeel to just Toxic down the Shuckle and ensure that at some point this is going to die and not be a huge pain in my ass. So I'm going to lead Registeel, and as we do see, he does lead the Shuckle, because why lead with anything else if you bring it? So I'm just going to Toxic it. He's going to show off his Stealth Rocks, as I go for as the toxic damage happens. So here I anticipate him absolutely to set up his webs, because again, why else bring Shuckle? So with that in mind, I'm actually going to try an Iron Head here, because I really don't want webs up on my side. I have gotten screwed over way too many times with webs, be it actually not in this league, but in other leagues past. Like, webs just have screwed me over. So I'm just going to basically try to Iron Head flinch him to death so he can't set up webs, because I don't really have another play, to be honest. And it's decent damage on anything else that comes in, barring the Heatran that he decides to come in. And yeah, this takes nothing from Iron Head. And from the HP investment, I could tell that it's probably the same Heatran as last time, and if that's the case, he's definitely going for Magma Storm here. And while I said in my team builder that Registeel was really important in this match, because I didn't bring it last time, and it definitely deals with both the Alolan it kind of stops the Alolan Ninetales and the Latias. Everything else kind of has like too much crap I need to do. I need the Whimsicott alive to defog these rocks away, because Weavile is just in general one of the biggest threats to his team, and I want to keep it as healthy as possible. Same thing with Blaziken, even though it's not weak to rocks, it's still neutral because of the fire typing, so I definitely want to keep Whimsicott around, and the rest of the stuff is just too important in my opinion. In hindsight, I probably should have just switched in Landorus here, but right now I'm actually going to stay in with my Registeel, because I just figured even though I need them for the Latias and the Alolan Ninetales, or I thought I did, I just decided to basically let it go down, because if he hits Magma Storm here, this Registeel is going down at some point. So with that in mind, I'm just going to click Earthquake, because that's an easy 2-hit KO on this Heatran, even if he's max HP. I don't expect him to be physically defensive, as he's the one with the Mega Mawile, not me. So yeah, that's definitely a 2-hit KO. And in hindsight, I'm going to go for another Earthquake here in case he... the theory was that if he goes for another Magma Storm here, then there's the chance that he can miss, and then I could hit with Earthquake. What I should have calced was whether Earth Power could kill from here or not, because last time he did bring Earth Power. I actually don't know. I was Fizdef, so odds are I guess he should have noticed from the Magma Storm damage that I was also Fizdef. Odds are Earth Power could have killed me from here, but Josh is going to try to get some leftovers recovery back with the Protect. As I said, I'm going to fire off the Earthquake. In hindsight, I should have gotten on my rocks here, because the Protect was kind of obvious, but at the same time, I was kind of hoping he would go risk the Magma Storm miss. But as we can see, yeah, he's just going to take me out with Earth Power. The crit obviously didn't matter, and my Registeel is going to go down. But what this does let me do is try to scare this out with Landorus, as this Heatran set is actually quite a problem for me. So I kind of figured that the Protect is incoming, because it's just such a no drawback play for Josh right now. But I also don't want to lock myself into Earth Power and grant Latias a free switch-in, because Latias is a huge problem. Obviously, he doesn't know I'm Scarf yet, so in hindsight, I probably should have gone for Earth Power here, as I'm going to click U-turn thinking he could switch out. But yeah, obviously, like this here doesn't show him that I'm Scarfed yet, so I could click Earth Power here in his eyes, so he switches out into Ninetales, but I'm actually locked in with the Scarf, so I'm just going to click U-turn and get a good damage off, and now I can bring in my Blaziken, as I do decide to go for the mid-game breaker mode, because I'm just in a pickle, and everything gets 2-hit KO'd from this range, be it with High Jump Kick / Flamethrower, or be it with, in the case of Latias, High Jump Kick / Shadow Claw. Everything gets 2-hit KO'd here, so I just fire off the safe High Jump Kick, as Josh decides to switch in the Shuckle, and the Shuckle, this proves that he is specially defensive, and that was actually a max roll. So with the combination of Hail and Toxic, I can actually guarantee the kill with Flamethrower, so I don't have to risk another High Jump Kick. So yeah, Mega Ultra Chicken in his kind of debut, putting in a little bit of work, but now we have a problem called Ninetales. So unfortunately, Ninetales obviously outspeeds. I could kill with either High Jump Kick or Flamethrower from here, but obviously I haven't set up Agility yet, because oh god, I can't think. Ninetales kills from here with Moonblast, obviously. So I'm actually forced to switch out here, and I'm going to go into my Whimsicott, as honestly, it's offensive-wise not doing too much this game, but what I do want to do is try to defog these rocks away, because right now Blaziken is looking to be a pretty big problem for Josh's team right now. And if that's the case, then with my Life Orb plus switching into rocks, I'm going to get worn down pretty easily, so I want to at least defog the rocks away so my Blaziken can stick around a little longer, plus help out my Weavile in the case where I can bring it in and try to Pursuit Trap the Latias. So I'm going to go here into my Whimsicott, as Josh fires off the pretty much no drawback Moonblast, and does a good chunk and gets a special attack drop, which won't really matter all that much. Hail chipping down, and I'm just going to go, like I said, for the defog to get these rocks away. And Josh is going to set up the Aurora Veil. Now, I'm Infiltrator, so I do have the Z move, so I could fire that off here, but I decided not to, because this is the only thing with Infiltrator. And Josh's play 100% is to attack what's in front of him, because this Disco time, this Whimsicott's not going to do too much to anything else, and he's just going to kill it off. Honestly, if the Hail was still up, he probably would just spam Aurora Veil, but since the Hail is gone, he is 100% just going to try to kill this off. And if that's the case, then I need to get this Aurora Veil away so the rest of my team can just deal with with everything else. So I'm going to defog once again to just get away the Aurora Veil, and like we see here, Josh does just fire off the Moonblast, and down goes my Whimsicott. But now we still have a problem, because this damn Ninetales still has too much health. Everything on my team either underspeeds or can't kill. Landers and Sludge Wave actually can't kill, because I don't have a lot of special attack investment. Weavile isn't carrying Poison Jab this week. Blaziken can kill it but doesn't outspeed, and Uxie can't kill and can outspeed, and health on it is too important to check the Mega Mawile. So ultimately I have to make another decision here on what I need to basically let go down while in the process damaging this this Alolan Ninetales. So either I have to go into Landorus here or into Weavile. And seeing as he's definitely, from the damage from my Whimsicott, I can tell he's offensive Ninetales. My Weavile doesn't live a Moonblast. Neither my Landorus nor my Weavile lives a Moonblast. So basically, I decided to go into Landorus here because with what he has left, I feel like I can, as long as I can keep rocks off the field, or as long as I guess he doesn't have another rocker, I should be able to still plow through his team with just Weavile and Blaziken, and then check the Mega Mawile with the Uxie, in theory. So I go into Landorus and I click Earth Power on the off chance that he tries to switch out and save face with Sludge Wave going into his Steel types, but he does just click the Freeze Dry, knowing that he can live the Earth Power. He probably saw from how much the U-turn damage did the last time that I am pretty heavily invested into attack, so he probably figured that Earth Power couldn't kill. Probably Earthquake could have killed, so I'm actually a little surprised he stayed in. But yeah, anyways, I go in after this damage. Now I know that his Ninetales is definitely in range of Icicle Crash, and just cool fact, since I defogged so many times and lowered his evasion, my Icicle Crash won't miss, or at least it doesn't have a chance to miss anymore. So yeah, down goes his Alolan Ninetales, and now he goes into his Piloswine, and my only hope of 2-hit KOing this thing is knockoff, hope I get a high roll, and then low kick can kill. So I'm going to go for the knockoff and basically hope that he doesn't have Stealth Rock on his Piloswine as we knock off his Eviolite, and unfortunately he does have Stealth Rock, and that's pretty bad for me. My stuff's going to get worn down a lot easier, especially seeing that with the stuff that he has left and the stuff that I have left, I'm probably going to end up having to switch a lot. Or at least in theory, I should be switching a lot for that. So him having 2 rockers, really bad for my team, especially since, like, hazard removal on my team isn't the greatest anyways. So yeah, those rocks were a pretty big turning point, I'll be completely honest. So yeah, I'm going to go fire off this knockoff again instead of the low kick, in case he did want to try to get cheeky and go into his Latios or his Heatran. But yeah, so then I can just click the knockoff button again for the exact same reasons, as 3 of those could kill, and low kick wasn't a guaranteed kill from the range the Piloswine was at the first time. So that's why I went for the second knockoff as well, basically trying to anticipate him saving it and bringing in something else, scouting for the low kick. But yeah, he goes into his Mawile here, and I'm just going to preserve this Weavile basically as a sack for later in case I need it. And as we see here, he Mega Evolves and goes for Sucker Punch, so I kind of get it. It's not really a prediction right, but saves a little bit of health on my Uxie, as now's the whole time for the Spice. Like, it's really the only reason I brought Uxie. It's time to go for the skill swap. So I get Huge Power and he gets Levitate, but Josh goes for the Swords Dance right away, and I'm thinking, now it's basically like he already has Huge Power. So now I just have Huge Power, and I'm going to fire off a Fire Punch, and that's good damage, and I burn him. So he's not max HP, but Josh goes for the Swords Dance again. So now with the +4 attack and the burn, it's basically like I never skill swapped Huge Power away from this stupid Mega Mawile. But yeah, here's seeing, like, I guess I should have expected that Josh wouldn't save this Mega Mawile, considering that it's burned. And yeah, so my play is, I end up going for knockoff here because I figured that he would try to save it, and I didn't want to grant Heatran a completely free switch in, as right now trapping Heatran is actually looking to be quite a pain in the ass. So basically I go for knockoff here, and Spoilers doesn't kill, so he gets some Sucker Punch damage. But yeah, knockoff clearly wasn't going to kill even with Huge Power, but it does 2-hit KO with the burn damage, so I believe I go for the second knockoff again, as Josh goes for the Sucker Punch once again, and I am able to kill this Mega Mawile with the knockoff. However, unfortunately, it is too little too late, because Josh did preserve his win condition nicely, It's cleaned up the game last time, so I suppose it's only fitting that it cleans up that this Latios cleans up the game a second time. As even at -2, Psyshock is still going to be able to kill my Blaziken and my Weavile Dice Rocks. So yeah, that is unfortunately the 2-0 loss to Ace Trainer Josh in the semifinals of the GPC, and my season is officially over. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Even though that was only a 2-0 loss, that didn't show pretty much how dominant Josh played. It was like the score alone does not show how dominant that game was, because I pretty much just didn't get a foot in the door. The only time I did get a foot in the door in that entire game was basically when I U-turned on the Ninetales to go into my Blaziken and to get a 2-hit KO on something, and then he just sacked the Shuckle, and I mean, it's a Shuckle. Like it got up rocks. What more do you want it to do? So like that was the one. That was like literally the one time I really got a foot in the door, and he just sacked a pretty much garbage mon. Yeah, it wasn't like, I don't know. I don't want to say like I guess I didn't really like my matchup, but like at the same time he brought a lot of similar stuff. I guess I just like I know he said in his first team builder video that his like that was one of the prouder teams he has ever made in our first match, and I don't like I don't know what his team builds were like before, but yeah, that was an extremely well built team that he had before, and yeah, that specific team just had a really good matchup against the rest of my team. But yeah, so GG to Josh. Good luck in the finals, man. I hope you win it all, so that way I can at least say I lost to the best player in the league. But yeah, so that's the end of my season. I will be doing a draft recap later. It'll go up, well, this will go up on Sunday, so it'll be up the following Saturday, or at least it should be. But yeah, I'm still happy with the way the season turned out. It's unfortunate I couldn't make it to the finals, but I mean, we'll still take it. We're in a competitive league. I'm happy that I made it as far as I did, and yeah, if I'm hoping that I can try to improve on this for next season, definitely. So yeah, check out Josh in the description below, as well as check out the other semifinals game between Gareth and Johnny, as you guys will be able to see who Josh gets to play in the finals for GPC. So yeah, keep your eye out on the channel next week for my season recap, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.